You think you're in control of your life. You think you're making your own decisions. But what if I told you that, without the right leadership, chaos is inevitable? Today, we're diving into one of the most eye-opening lessons from the Book of Judges, the truth about leadership, human nature, and why history keeps repeating itself. The Book of Judges is basically ancient Israel's version of a reality show. Except instead of petty drama, we've got total societal collapse on repeat. It's set between the Israelites finally making it to the Promised Land, yay, and them setting up a proper kingdom, not so yay yet. The problem? No stable leadership, no king, just people doing whatever they felt was right. Spoiler, it usually wasn't. This led to a predictable but chaotic pattern. Israel would turn away from God, disaster would strike, they'd panic and beg for help, God would send a judge to save them, peace would return, and then, like clockwork, they'd mess it all up again. It's like watching someone burn their hand on the stove and then immediately slapping it back on. These judges weren't judges like we think of today. No robes, no gavels. They were warriors, prophets, and occasionally very questionable role models. Deborah was a fearless leader, guiding Israel to victory while calling out cowardice when she saw it. Gideon started off as an anxious nobody, got a confidence boost from God, but then let the power trip get to him. And Samson? Well, Samson was the original muscles over brains guy. The definition of strong but not smart. He kept making self-destructive choices, but even in his worst moments, God still used him to accomplish his plan. And that's one of the biggest themes of Judges. God's patience is off the charts. No matter how many times Israel strayed, he kept rescuing them. But the lack of real leadership left them in chaos, and this pattern of failure hinted at their future craving for a king. Every time things fell apart, the people would think, maybe what we need is a strong leader to keep us in line. Spoiler alert. Even when they finally got kings, it didn't solve everything. Sure, people like David helped restore order, but even the best human leaders have flaws. The cycle of sin and redemption in Judges isn't just Israel's story, it's our story. It shows what happens when people abandon God, how quickly things spiral out of control, and how much we need guidance. It's a warning about the dangers of forgetting where we came from, and an encouragement that, no matter how far we stray, God never gives up on us. Judges is a brutal but necessary reminder that external leadership isn't enough. What people really need is a change of heart. That's why the story of Judges ultimately points to Jesus. The temporary salvation brought by these judges was never enough because the real problem wasn't just external enemies, it was the internal battle with sin. The judges could rescue Israel for a time, but they couldn't break the cycle. Jesus, on the other hand, came to do exactly that. He didn't just defeat an enemy nation, he defeated sin itself. His kingdom isn't built on military victories but on transformed hearts, and unlike the judges, or even Israel's future kings, his rule will never fall into corruption. So what do you think? Does history really repeat itself, or do we just refuse to learn? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And hey, if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a great time. Take care of yourselves, take care of your loved ones, and I'll catch you soon in another video.